This episode of The Horror Show is brought to you by HelloFresh. For $30 off your first week of HelloFresh, visit HelloFresh.com and enter Horror Show 30. It's also brought to you by our Patreon sponsors. Without them, where would we be? Annie McCaffrey, Matt Doughty, he's back. Guess who's back? Matty D's back. And new fan, new friend, my homegirl, Letitia Piggy Mac McDade. Guys, thank you so much for your support. We really appreciate it. This week is The Stuff. I don't think there's been a movie that me and Joe have been so adamant we didn't like, and then equally together realize we really, really liked it. So we hope you guys enjoy The Stuff.
Paying attention in class, I was thinking about the adventures of Ash, about the misfortune of sitting kids at Crystal Lake. Became addicted straight away with the initial tape. God bless Betamax. VHS, holy like Amanda Kruger. I was introduced to genre flicks by Toby Hooper. I started craving more just like Larry the Looter. I collected VHS without commentary or bloopers. Store computers, magazines, a bunch of stores. Spent my money on movies and begged my mom for more. I'd watch the boys kill those Astro bastards 5 times a day or even more. I loved the gore. Lionel and Paquita combined their lonely hearts. I was hellbound, Cenobites tore my soul apart. I've seen them all, from Dracula to Vertigo. Listen up, welcome to The Horror Show with Sean and Joe.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Horror Show. A show that dissects, mutilates, dismembers, and butchers all of your favorite and not so favorite horror movies and other horror-related events. I'm Sean.
I'm Joe.
Well, The Stuff.
Yeah.
The Stuff, man.
The Stuff is the most appropriately named movie I think we might have ever watched, because it's literally just stuff coming out of stuff.
We haven't done Monstered yet, which might be second to The Stuff.
Well,
but The Stuff is like dead on.
But Stuff can describe
stuff is stuff.
Every aspect of this movie.
Stuff is like crud.
Yeah.
Monstered
at least is like an entity.
Yeah, that's true. The Stuff. I've seen a lot about it.
I actually have a confession to make. I was pretty down on it, and like right before you hit record, I was looking at my notes. Like, I didn't enjoy the stuff when I was watching it all that much. I wasn't miserable, but I didn't really care.
Yeah.
Starting to kind of warm up to it a little bit.
It's
a satire. There's a lot that I did like about it.
Fun stuff in it. It's all right.
Actually, what am I saying? I would never watch it again.
The Mo character,
Michael Moriarty.
It's the weirdest.
Is a fucking asshole.
Weirdest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. I didn't know, like, part of me loved him and part of me fucking hated it.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I read that he was improvising everything.
You could tell.
Without a doubt.
He's just talking like a fucking asshole.
But I mean, relax, Moriarty. Like, what are you doing?
To a point where, yeah, it affected that character, in my opinion. It affected the character because it kind of made no sense in a lot of scenes.
No, it made zero sense because
it's just wisecracking.
Yeah.
Everybody. It was so fucking
like
bizarre.
The stuff should have been the focal point.
But it was this guy. You're right.
But it was him just hamming it up. Like,
you're right. 100%. He was the movie.
Yeah.
That's actually a great point. Because to me, there was this element that I felt like I was missing something. I wasn't.
And like,
I didn't give a shit about that stuff.
You said that, like, I didn't like articulate that to myself.
Yeah.
Like, what was off about it, but like I cared more about the stuff. Like, no, I mean, I wanted to care more about the stuff than I did, but this fucking idiot just kept taking up all my time.
Just joking, and it was so fucking weird. That's a really good point.
Like,
yeah.
And like we knew so much about this guy's backstory because everybody's just talking about it, like, oh, aren't you the guy that got kicked out? And like, I don't care.
Also, he's a spy. Everyone knows who he is.
Yes. And so he's been kicked out of like every federal agency.
He is a spy. Everyone knows who he is. And not only do they know who he is, he makes sure to walk into every room and be like, you know who I am. It's the weirdest fucking shit I've ever seen. Fucking weirdest shit. It's the first words out of his mouth. He goes into this place and he's pretending to be the FDA. The guy's like, oh, you look familiar. He's like, you know who I am. But the plot of the movie isn't bad. It's a funny idea. Like you said, it's satire. It's kind of the reverse Blob.
Yeah.
The Blob doesn't eat people in this. You eat it. And it kills you.
And again, like you just said, I like that premise.
Yeah.
I think that's interesting. And I think it's pretty funny to call the movie The Stuff.
Yeah,
I
same.
think that's funny.
And it's also a little bit of like They Live for kids with sweet tooths.
It most definitely is. Yeah.
Sugar Fiend, They Live.
It definitely is. And the TV ads that he makes for The Stuff.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah, I did too. Even though they were absurd for ice cream commercials.
Yes.
I mean, everything's absurd to a great... man, Larry Cohen's cool.
Larry Cohen is cool.
But he's also an idiot.
I mean, this is low budget. I get why people are high on it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's stupid.
It is. Yeah, we got Paul Sorvino, Danny Aiello are on it.
Yep.
Danny Aiello was Sal from Do the Right Thing.
Yes.
Which we just talked about at trivia.
That's right, we did.
We're talking about a little Spike Lee.
Wasn't even a trivia question. It was just talked about Do the Right Thing.
Talked about it.
Lost by 1 point.
Yeah, Danny Aiello's Sal from Do the Right Thing. He's got that famous scene. Well, I mean, he's got a ton of famous scenes in it. But when he's like messing with bugging out in the pizzeria, who's played by Giancarlo Esposito, a much more Italian name.
That's true.
Than Danny Aiello, who plays the Italian pizzeria owner. And that cracks me up. Also, did you know Danny Aiello had never said the N-word before prior to making that movie? Because he says it at the end, so it causes all this shit. So he has to say it. And he was like, I can't say that word. Like, he had to stop. They stopped production. He's like, I can't fucking say that.
I mean, in his defense, dude,
surrounded by Spike Lee, all black actors.
I would feel so uncomfortable.
I would honestly walk off.
I'd
be like, dub it in.
That honestly makes me like Spike Lee, like make me appreciate that movie more because to make, I don't know why we're talking about Do the Right Thing, but
because it's great
to like force this guy to uncomfortably say that such a hateful word in a room full of people that it would be directed to, like, be offended by that. That makes it so much more authentic and it just drives the point home.
Yeah.
More, so
yeah. I mean,
I love that movie.
It's a good movie. It's so fucking good. Spike Lee's really good in it too.
Spike Lee's fantastic in the movie. I don't like a lot of his post 90s work.
Yeah,
but
he's
fucking awesome in that.
Yeah. Anyway, so Do the Right Thing. Spike Lee walks in. So anyway,
you motherfucker.
Those are Italian Americans on that wall. All right. So The Stuff is not Do the Right Thing.
No.
Far from it.
Yeah.
We open in a mine. I believe it's a coal mine where they find
Radio Raheem.
Or maybe it's just an Radio Raheem eating ice cream.
Holding
boycotting Sal's pizzeria in a coal mine. No, they find I guess ice cream on the fucking ground.
It's like yogurt.
And some guy dude, you're like working in the dirtiest possible element.
Paul would 100% eat that. I watched him eat it. Nah, I'm not gonna say
it. This guy starts eating it. I don't know why. This is all so abrupt too, by the way. This beginning just like a guy eat.
I will thank The Stuff for, even though I didn't enjoy it, it's very fast paced.
Like it literally just pops open and we are just watching a guy eating the stuff.
Yeah.
And some guy's like, hey, are you eating snow? That's disgusting. And the guy's like, no, it's not snow. It's just this stuff. And the guy's like, snow's disgusting. It's like the weirdest fucking beginning. Oh no, he goes, after the guy's like, no, it's just this stuff. It's not snow. The guy's like, yuck, I don't eat snow. It's like talking to our fucking friends. Like, I just told you I wasn't eating snow. Yeah, well, that's all.
He finds it to be good.
He finds it to be good, and
they want more.
And we don't know much else other than he sells it. He's like, I should sell this.
Yeah.
Then jump to the future. I guess not far into the future.
It's like weeks.
And everyone's eating this stuff. Kid is waking up. Classic potty mouth kid wakes up and is like, these bastard bugs are eating me. Talks like a 60-year-old man. Talks like Larry Cohen wrote the script. Oh, wait. He wakes up in the middle of the night. He's going through the fridge and he sees the stuff in there moving.
Yep.
Again, this is like literally 3 minutes into the movie.
Yep.
They're not wasting no fucking backstory. We don't get shit. The kid's old man comes downstairs and is like, hey, I thought you were a fucking burglar. Go to bed. Kid goes to bed. Then we see the sexiest commercial of all time.
Yeah.
When I was young, I liked ice cream, but now I like the stuff. Could you imagine naming a product the stuff? I fucking love it. Well, maybe I like this movie, though. It's got that They Live quality to it, like Larry Cohen's They Live, which is just like, it's so absurd to a point when you're retelling it.
Well, it's like They Live and the movie that we just fucking did. What
TerraVision?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a sense that it's commenting on us being so addicted to bullshit and like having things shoved down our throat that we can't disconnect from it. That we'll just buy into it.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Yeah. It's a cool element. Well, this kid ain't buying into it because this kid's like, this shit's moving, Dad. I ain't eating it. He's like, go to fucking bed. Everyone hates this kid. And also rightfully so, because later on, he's kind of a fucking lunatic. But so we cut to a
The
yacht.
stuff has 0 calories.
0 calories.
That's all I know about
it. I'm. It's weird because I imagine it being sweet, and I don't know if it is sweet or not.
It is. It most definitely is.
Oh, okay.
Sweet,
okay.
creamy, and filling.
Oh, okay. There we go. Never mind. Because I was about to say it would be really. Jesus Christ. It'd be really cool if they did the whole movie without ever explaining like what it tasted like. Like people were just like, I love it. But they did. in detail. So we cut to a yacht and there's like this hardcore dessert lobbyists on a yacht talking about how they're hiring this spy, Mo Rutherford. I don't know what the fuck they're doing to put out a cookie chain. One element of this movie that just was so boring and just, I mean, also it all revolved around Mo.
It's one of those things where I will laugh way harder thinking about it, and talking about it with you than I did while it was happening.
100%.
Because the fact that these guys are just like cookie like moguls on a boat, but they're like malicious, just like evil beings, like James Bond villains.
They're lobbyists. They're like political lobbyists. They're out there being like these motherfucking cookie monsters, like they're fucking selling cookies. So they hire this dude Mo Rutherford, who is I forgot the exact wording, but he's in the food espionage business. Okay, he's a food spy,
and he's like, you know why they call me Mo? His catchphrase sucks. So every time someone gives me money, I want Mo. Fuck you, Mo.
Also, he changes it later on. It's like every time I want to know something, I ask for Mo. Okay, Mo, you fucking moron. Mo in this movie is our guide, leading us through it. The elements that he took us through were just boring as fuck, though, and you never knew where he was or who he was talking to. Okay, so at first I thought these guys on the boat wanted to put the stuff out of business. I thought as well, but that is not the case. They want to put the cookie business. They're cookie moguls angry at other cookies. Right? Or are they stuff moguls?
No, they wanted to find out the cause of the stuff. And they want to like capitalize.
But Mo's also doing his own shit.
Mo, I don't know what the fuck Mo's doing.
He's taking cash from everyone.
Because these guys, I don't know what, you know what, honestly, I don't know. Because these guys, they seem like they want to put the cookie business out of business.
Yeah.
But they also want to know what the stuff is so they can capitalize on it. And then he's also going to work. No.
It's fucking crazy.
Wait. Those guys are the ice cream industry. but he's also hired by
The cookie
the
guy.
fucking chocolate cuck, whatever the fuck his name is, Charlie.
Chocolate chip Charlie.
Yeah, him. He wants to find out what the stuff is and destroy it.
Holy shit.
Charlie wants the stuff destroyed.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck the guys on the boat want.
I think they want the...
Mo's working for both.
So, Mo talks nonstop, incessantly. And he talks to these guys for a while. And they give him some cash to basically commit espionage on whatever industry he's going after. I thought it was cookies, but he ends up going straight to I thought it was the director of the stuff commercial.
Okay.
Because she's directing the commercial. So you think she's the director. Then they kind of make it seem like she's the owner because Mo goes in there and is like, I want to buy the company. And she's like, well, let me get my things. Let's talk.
Yeah.
Well, she's neither the owner. She's nothing. She's like their fucking marketing person.
Yeah.
She just makes commercials for them. So I don't know what.
She's an ad exec.
Anyway, back at the house, though, these uptight parents, they're getting pissed at this kid for not liking the stuff. The kid is just relenting. Like, I don't want to eat it. Like, get that shit out of my face. My notes are equally as confused as I am right now, by the way. That's why I'm having trouble at the moment. Because I just have questions to myself. I wrote, wait, so maybe this guy hates the stuff? I don't know what they're trying to find out, but it's protected. And yeah, he's looking for the ingredients in the stuff.
Yeah.
But this dude, Mo, literally every scene you see him in, he's walking into a new room with new people.
Yeah.
And being like, so, you want to tell me all about the stuff? And they're like, well, I don't know, but here you go. He walks into some other guy's office and is like, hey, do you have these secret files on the stuff? And he's like, yeah, but I'm not supposed to show them to anyone. Hang on 1 second when I get them for you. It was so fucking bizarre. It was so fucking weird. At the commercial, it's like a two girls, one stuff video shoot. These girls are just shoveling stuff into their face.
I've not thought about that in a while. Damn it.
What a fucking video.
What a time.
What a time to be alive. The fact that you could find that on YouTube in its prime.
Yeah.
That was fucking crazy.
Like,
people are complaining about YouTube now. The shit they show on YouTube now. Holy shit. Girls eating shit on YouTube. Out of a fucking cup. Oh my God. Well, the dude starts harassing the director, but it might be the owner, but it's actually the ad exec. And he wants to purchase the company. She's like, yeah, let's talk. Dude, we don't see that conversation. They end up like falling in love.
Yeah.
Randomly. Because later on they find each other and she's like, oh no. Save me, baby. It's so fucking weird. Meanwhile, Kiddo, who I never catch his name really.
It is Jason.
Jason has lost his fucking marbles.
He's at the supermarket, destroying all. I mean, he needs to be sent to juvenile detention.
He might need to be put down.
You know what I mean? He's a menace.
He's destroying the stuff and just smashing the aisles. He's got a fucking picture.
I actually do like the They Live comparisons you're making now because
it's exactly like it.
Smashing all this shit.
This was the scene that made me think of it because he's like the only one that sees it. And he's screaming, it's killing us. And he's just smashing all this stuff. He is breaking the freezer windows to get at the stuff. Just smashing the windows and shit. Breaking everything. Stuff is going everywhere. They subdue him fairly easily because he's a 9-year-old.
He's a kid. Yeah, honestly,
still took 4
that
minutes.
lasted way too long.
Dude, they should. Well, there are 2 guys like stacking stuff into like a promotional display, watching him. First of all, one guy's stacking, the other guy's just looking at the other guy's asshole, I guess. He's just holding his legs. And the kid is like running up to him from down the aisle and they're like, oh no! And they just sit there while the kid runs up to them and destroys everything. They do nothing to stop this kid. Literally one punch, this kid may be dead. If you punch a 9-year-old, you could kill a 9-year-old with a punch.
I mean, Jesus. Probably, yeah.
Let's just talk facts here. Anyway, so that kid destroys everything. Well, now Mo is somewhere else. Some other asshole's office. I don't know who these people are. I think he's like a distributor of the stuff. It's so fucking weird that we have to be privy to all these meetings because he's like, hey, now he's pretending to be the FDA. But again, this is that meeting where he's pretending to be the FDA and he's like, you know who I am. And like gives him his real name. Like the guy's like, Mo Rutherford, huh? Well, you want these secrets? Sure, I'll give them to you. And the guy hands over the secrets.
Yeah.
Also, this scene is great because the dog, this guy's got a dog. Dog's acting super weird. And Mo's like, why is your master afraid of you, dog? Mo's voice is the fucking pits, too.
It sucks.
and Danny Aiello's terrified of him. He grabs the paperwork, gives it to Mo. Mo leaves.
And Danny Aiello goes to make a phone call.
This is the worst scene I've ever seen.
I disagree. The best scene I've ever seen. The dog unplugs the fucking phone.
First, Danny Aiello is like, no. But Danny Aiello just falls. Like,
he's cowering in fear.
And like gets on the ground at the dog's level. And the dog is literally just sniffing him to death. Like Danny Aiello's screaming and it cuts to the dog and the dog's just like gently licking him. And then he's like, no. And Danny Aiello grabs the phone. And then the dog just walks up to the wire and pulls the cord out of the wall. The dog knows how to take the cord out of the wall. It's fucking incredible. And then the dog starts vomiting the stuff and then just starts licking the guy and he's dead, I guess. Mo goes and visits a brick and mortar stuff location. Fucking shit spread like wildfire. This would be the fastest growing company in the history of the... Oh, I guess that's the point. Anyway. Mo starts fighting. I don't know where Mo is. Mo's at a fucking gas station in the middle of fucking nowhere. There's a VW bug. He's like... I love this movie, actually, because literally they don't fucking waste any time trying to explain anything. Mo is just in the middle of nowhere. Like it's like the fucking guy pumping his gas walks up to him and Mo's like, whose car is that? The car's a fucking mile away. Looks like it's been sitting there for a decade. And Mo thinks like Mo's somehow onto him. And the guy's like, 2 strangers in one day. Oh, that's crazy. So, they're in the middle of nowhere. I don't know why this is happening. And Mo decides to walk up to the VW and out jumps Chocolate Chip Charlie. A cookie mogul.
Yes. Junk food mogul, to be exact.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to discredit Chocolate Chip Charlie. Chocolate Chip Charlie.
So, Garrett Morris plays him. He was on Saturday Night Live.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Dude, he's good, too.
He's good. I like him.
He's good in this. If he didn't have to be with Mo in every fucking scene, it would be something.
So Cutter, his hands are his weapons. I just want to point that out.
He's pissed for the same reason as Mo. He wants to get to the bottom of the stuff. Stuff's cutting into his dessert money, and he's fucking pissed about it.
Yep.
Fucking pissed. So they go harass a store owner for no particular reason. They just walk into the store and they're like, hey, buddy, you got the stuff? The guy freaks out. He runs away. Then they start to plan to kidnap him. Not sure why. Probably like test him for the stuff. I don't know. They hear something in the back room. We see the stuff actually like moving. They go in the back and they are chased by a mob of bloodthirsty people. They look normal.
Yeah.
They look normal. But then they start punching them and they start exploding into stuff-filled people.
Well, right before they start punching him, we saw a guy on the floor and stuff was coming out of his mouth.
Yes, the store owner.
You didn't just say that, did you?
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah. One thing I also didn't know.
So the stuff is alive. It's alive. It's coming out of the people and move. It can move. It's sentient.
Yes. And it kind of is using the bodies as hosts.
Yeah.
But it's also sort of not because it just does whatever the fuck it wants.
It does.
Don't ask any questions about the stuff. Stuff does what the stuff wants to do. All right. Fuck. Do I love this movie now?
I was just going to say, I'm glad I didn't log it on Letterboxd because I'm going to give it a higher rating.
My rating is going up as we're talking about this. It's really fucking stupid. And clearly they know that.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Like as I'm breaking this down, I'm like, they didn't make this. Like,
look at Larry Cohen's
this
movies.
wasn't Ernst.
Larry Cohen's movies. There's no way he's ever made a movie like this is a masterpiece. No, he's just doing whatever he wants. He's having fun.
Mutant babies.
Cute.
Oh shit! Mutant babies that move to an island and fucking breed. All right. Yeah. So they fight those dudes off. Pretty good effects too with the stuff. Not the best. They're fun. Their heads kind of like when the stuff comes out of you, it kind of destroys your fucking head.
It like implodes.
Yeah, your head implodes. It's fucking weird. Fucking weird ass movie. It makes no fucking.
Yeah, Cookie Cutter is just punching people and dying. Yeah.
So they go to a diner, but before they go to a diner, let's go to HelloFresh. Real food. None of this diner bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? Real food. HelloFresh is a sponsor of the Horror Show. For $30 off your first week of HelloFresh, visit HelloFresh.com and enter Horror Show 30. HelloFresh is a meal kit delivery service that shops, plans, and delivers step-by-step recipes and pre-measured ingredients so you can just cook, eat, and enjoy. Takes the headache out of the whole thing. And as a recently divorced person, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. HelloFresh is a meal kit delivery service. Oh, I said that. There's something for everyone with HelloFresh's selection. Each box is made up of fresh, responsibly obtained ingredients from carefully selected farms and high-rated, trusted sources. Honestly, you can taste it. You can tell the difference. As soon as you make this food, you can completely tell the difference. Rediscover the excitement of cooking. That's for sure. You saw my snaps this week. I was having a blast. Feel confident when cooking HelloFresh with the simple recipes outlined on pictured step-by-step instruction cards. That's probably my favorite part as an idiot. That is exactly what I need. Showing me pictures of exactly what to do. HelloFresh believes cooking should be simple, convenient, and not a chore. Okay, so I made the sweet as honey chicken. And it was amazing. And the servings are so big. They're so great. They're perfect. They're absolutely perfect. I made the 2 servings, one for dinner, one for lunch. It was perfect. It was fucking perfect. I also made the burgers the other night. And they were absolutely amazing. They were so freaking good. And again, it only took about a half hour. It was super easy to make. Yeah, all the ingredients come pre-measured in handy labeled meal kits, so you know which ingredients go with which recipes, and the bags are recyclable. It's really cool. It's like this, you get a big paper bag, it comes in this frozen thing. It's awesome. It's so freaking cool. You open the paper bag, it's got all of your ingredients, all your produce in there. You put your meat in your freezer to make sure, if you're going to wait a minute, or you just throw it in the fridge if you're going to make it right away. It's really great. There are many benefits to subscribing, so you can keep enjoying HelloFresh week after week. You spend less time meal planning and grocery shopping each week, which is a nightmare, and get that time back to do more of what you love, like watching the stuff or watching anything. Make sure you go to HelloFresh.com and use the promo code 30 for $30 off your first week of HelloFresh. That's Horror Show 30 to get $30 off your first week of HelloFresh. Visit HelloFresh.com and enter that promo code today. So they go to a diner where they then discuss how they're unhungry because they just watched people die. Like, yeah, man, I could barely eat. They're at a fucking diner. And then Mo tells Charlie to go to the FBI because they won't believe him. Tells him to go see Frank Herbert and the FBI. And there's a whole 3-minute scene of these two basically like wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Frank Herbert. So I'm like, oh, they're tricking the stuff. No, there's nothing happens. Mo goes back to the. I feel like this guy is everywhere. This guy literally, it's fucking crazy. Because he ends up back in the city where we see people pushing stuff carts, like old school New York City ice cream carts that you push around like a shopping cart.
Yeah.
And she pulls a radio out of the stuff cart and is like, he's here. And then a giant stuffed van speeds down the city street and tries to mow Mo down. Tries to run Mo down, but Mo gets out of the way.
Yes.
So they're onto him. It's very They Live now. Everyone, the stuff is a being that is aware of its surroundings.
It is.
It's it's a hive mentality. It kind of, they can all communicate with each other, not telepathically, but I guess they can just tell each other. Kind of pod people-esque.
Yeah.
Kind of stuff like that. Mo's talking to somebody else. I don't know what he does. I don't know what the fuck he does. He's part of the conglomerate, though. And he gives Mo a ton of cash to just shut the fuck up and go away. He's like, here's some money. Just shut up.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Now he's with the woman again. And he must have told her that the stuff kills people because she's like, my God, I've been murdering people. Like, why would she believe that? I don't know. But she's very upset. She's very upset. So they go to the lab to analyze this stuff. But don't waste your time on that. He sees a newspaper about a boy who, front page of the newspaper is boy destroys supermarket.
Front page.
Like picture.
It was like a city newspaper.
Yes.
It's not like a, bumfuck rural town.
Correct. It's like it's the Daily News in New York. Like it's fucking crazy. Front page picture, and this, and he's like, I need to see that kid. Why? Why would you do that? So we cut back to the kid's house. He's been grounded for being a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
A fucking nightmare, causing thousands of dollars worth of damage in inventory and property. He's at his house. He goes downstairs, and the parents have been got. Parents and brother.
Yep.
All of a sudden, they're stuffies, as they call them. A fucking name I can't fucking stand saying. And I hated hearing even more. Except when
Is it because it's like stoolies?
Yeah, 100%. Can we call the stoolies stuffies instead? Sure. Well, anyway, the stuffies, the parents are the stuffies now. And they're like, come eat the stuff. And he's like, no. They're like, all right, well, go to your room. Can't come out until you eat the stuff. So he pours the stuff in the toilet. The stuff is very much alive. It's just trying to get out of the toilet at this point. And he flushes it down the toilet and then fills the carton up with Barbasol shaving cream.
Yes.
It's like, what the fuck is this kid's plan with the Barbasol? I thought he was going to feed it to him and it's going to kill him or something, the stuffies or whatever. So he goes downstairs with this Barbasol filled thing. He's like, it's so good. Doesn't even look like he fucking ate. Like, all you had to do was fill it up halfway and be like, I love this shit.
Yeah.
I ate the whole fucking thing. That's not what he's doing. He's filled it up entirely. And he's like, no, I like it. And then he starts eating fucking shaving cream in front of them. It's the craziest fucking shit I've ever seen. And the parents are suspicious, but not enough. And the kid's just like, I'll be back. And just puts the full thing down and runs away.
Yeah.
Dad's like, wait a minute. He didn't eat this stuff. And then he tries it, realizes it's shaving cream. The whole family chases him out just in time
for Big Mo
to pull up and be like, I think it moves too. Because the kid's like, who the fuck are you?
That's all he says to him.
Yeah.
He's like, okay. And gets in the van.
Like, I think it moves too. And the kid's like, well,
sold.
Yeah. You've got me. Even though I know everyone's turning into zombies, I will join you based on that one statement alone. Oh boy. That's something else. Where are we here? So Mo also says to him, like, this is how you knew it was fucking ad-lib, because these jokes were so fucking bad, dude. Like, because the kid's like, sorry, I barfed in your car. And Mo's like attitude towards the whole thing is kind of off. It's like, it's fine. And the kid's like, well, I said I was sorry. It's kind of fucking weird. But then Mo's like, yeah, we all got to eat shaving cream once in our life. Sure about that, Mo?
Yeah.
You sure you're not a fucking idiot, Mo?
Literally never eaten shaving cream.
Dude, and also Mo's line earlier in the movie where he says something about how stupid, like the guy's like, oh, you're not as stupid as you look. And Mo's like, yeah, people aren't as stupid as I seem.
I didn't write it down. I know exactly what you're talking about. It made no sense.
It was the worst fucking joke. And you could see the grin on Mo's face. Like, nailed it.
Larry Cohen should throw him off the set.
I would have. He was probably too far into production. Maybe they filmed all the Mo scenes first or something. I don't know. Fucking terrible. Fucking awful. So Mo and this kid, Mo decides, you know what's a great idea is kidnapping a kid and crossing state lines.
Yeah.
So he brings him to the airport where the woman is waiting, his new honey. And the woman's like, what the fuck are you doing? And Mo's like, got this kid. And that's it.
And that's it. And then they all get on the plane.
They get on the plane. They head to Atlanta, I believe. Was that? Yeah, Georgia. They head to Georgia where the factory is. Okay. They land. Also, like this, all this shit is barely explained in this. Like the plane ride is a split second and then they're just there. And they're like,
Yeah,
hey,
also, the pilot is dying.
oh, right.
Stuff's coming out of him.
And
then Big Mo goes and fucks the girl. Like priorities, dude.
Major priority issues here. Because then they get to the factory and they just go in and they're like, yeah, just wait in the plane. To a fucking child in a strange land. The kid waits and then the stuff comes out of the pilot. So the kid starts running through the woods of Georgia.
Yeah. A foreign land.
A foreign, scary land.
Yeah.
He's running through the caves. Yeah, it's not good, man. It's not a good idea. It wasn't a very good idea.
Well, we're about to get to our my favorite character. Oh, Paul Savino.
Dude, Paul Savino's character in this is...
What was his name? Army Colonel Malcolm Gromit Spears.
Holy shit, this guy is something else. I don't even fucking know. So, the kid, actually, before we get to him, the kid's in the coal mine. He's in that mine where they found this stuff.
Yeah.
And I guess they're still mining for stuff.
They are.
So the kid hides in a fucking stuff truck. It's like one of those big metal trucks that you keep like liquids in and shit. An oil truck. But
1 second.
But yeah, it's an oil truck. So he's hiding inside of it and clearly something bad is about to happen. But we won't find out because Mo and this lady just decide to infiltrate the factory and blow it up. Which the blowing up thing makes no sense either. Nothing they're doing.
We also find out
there's no plan.
The company is trying to mine the stuff to eliminate world hunger, which isn't
bad idea.
No.
But like also it's just why? What are they doing? What is Mo's plan? What is this woman's plan?
Dude, I don't know.
They're trying to figure out what the stuff is, but they're not really. They're just kind of
they just blow it up.
running around, blowing shit up, and
Blow up that
fighting
entire
people.
lake of it.
Most taking pictures at the factory like it really is espionage. But hey, Mo, you know everyone is just filled with this stuff now. What the fuck are you doing? It's fucking crazy. They blow up this mountain and it barely does anything. The mountain kind of just crumbles on one side. It does nothing. The stuff's not in the mountain.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, the kid's stuck in the fucking truck and he's about to be drowned by this stuff. But thankfully, Mo walks by and hears a kid screaming inside. The only person that can hear a kid being like, help me! And Mo's like, hang on, Jason. Let me help you get out of there. But instead of helping him get out, he just gets in the truck and starts driving. So the kid's trapped in the back while Mo's driving.
Yes.
And Mo drives for a while because he's fighting off baddies and just fucking doing most shit. No one's really quite sure. But he finally gets him out after blowing everything up and shit. It's fucking insane. They also saved the lady who had somehow been separated. She's at the fucking truck where a guy pops out and is like, boogie, 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 I'm the stuff. And Mo saves her, picks her up in the truck. They get stopped by the police. The stuff was weird. Okay, we'll get to it at the end. We'll wrap up the stuff. We can talk about the stuff for a bit. So, the woman is saved. The boy is saved. They're all in the truck. Then the police pull him over.
Yep.
Popo knocking at the dodo. Does anyone say that anymore?
No. Did anybody ever say that?
No. White people. Okay. And they trick the cop because the cop's like, hey, you're carrying your hose back there. You better get out of this car. I honestly didn't even think the cop was infected by the stuff. He seemed normal to me.
Yeah.
But they trick him into eating the stuff. They're like, this stuff is so good. And then he's like, ugh. And he gets so hungry for the stuff, he just starts shoving his face. And Mo takes that opportunity to strike, beat him up, and kill him. But Mo they paint Mo to be a streetwise Hercules. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He punches someone in his first scene, knocks him fucking out, knocks his security guard out with fucking bare hands. Mo looks like the biggest sack of potatoes I've ever fucking seen in my life. I
completely agree.
Like, you can that guy's got a glass jaw. I could take Mo down. Mo probably stands about 7 foot tall, and I know I could take his ass down a notch. It's insane. But Mo's like the tough guy.
Yeah.
Mo's the fucking action star of this movie.
When it should have been Chocolate Chip Charlie.
Chocolate Chip Charlie is a bad motherfucker, man. Chocolate Chip Charlie, the whole movie's like, I want to fucking kill somebody. Like, he's like, I'm ready to fucking fight. Like, I'm ready to kill all the stuff people for taking my industry over. Like, he is ready, and I fucking loved it.
Yeah, I wish he was in it more.
Well, yeah, because he just kind of dispatches Charlie, and then Charlie does show up later, and he's like, hey, I'm back to fight people.
Yeah, and spoiler, he dies.
Out of the blue. Out of the fucking blue. Anyway, okay, so it's so fucking crazy. So we go to this army base, which is a castle. This is their next stop. Somehow Mo knows this guy, of course. Mo's like, I know this man. So he goes up there, and the guy's like, how'd you get in here? And he's like, well, Mo goes on this dissertation. Oh, well, I put a microphone in your shirt, and I'm taking pictures of you, and I was going to send them to your wife, but I figured Mo is the worst at his fucking job. He's a fucking crook. Because instead of giving these pictures to the wife who paid for them to spy on him for cheating, he just held them for an opportune time, which happened to be saving the world and getting the ear of a general.
Yeah, what a risk that paid off. Like, what a gamble.
Total fucking gamble. Also, why are these military guys? This is the worst depiction of the military I've ever seen. But it's so funny when you think about it, because it's clearly just low budget. Like, they pull up to this. It's like a fucking, like the castles we talk about. Like it's a fucking fort that's been abandoned for 10 years out in the woods that people just hike to. And there's a 5-star general sitting. There's no furniture.
The most decorated man in America.
There's nothing there. And all the troops just run out of the bushes, out of the shrubbery around the fucking castle. It's the weirdest fucking thing. And so he gets this guy's ear. He tells him about this stuff. For some reason, he believes it. And then for some reason, he kills a guy who happens to be infected with the stuff. And the general says, I kind of like the sight of blood, but this is disgusting. Listen, buddy, you're a fucking psycho. If you think seeing a dead human is better than seeing a guy oozing fluffernutter out of his face, you're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot. But it's fucking great because this general's like, fucking kill him. And he's saying shit like, where are the yellow-bellied son of a bitch stuffies? Come on, you stuffy son of a bitches. And Mo's going, yeah. Get out of here, Mo. And these guys, the military's just running around, not doing anything because they could not afford both military guys and stuffies. So it's just like cutting to military being like, no one's shooting. Just like searching for stuffies. But they come up empty-handed. So it's pretty fucking odd. Also, there's a child running around with them.
Yes.
Which
armed militia.
The army just running around while they're firing guns. The stuff, though, just starts filling up the building randomly.
Yep.
Like, I don't know why. I thought I missed something, to be honest with you. But the stuff just starts filling up the building. And the lady and the boy have somehow been isolated from the rest of the crew. They're kind of trapped. And they're making this escape the hardest thing that they've ever done. There's a fucking door at the other end of this room that they're trying to get to. Right fucking there. instead of just walking to it, they're like climbing in and out of like these mine carts that are in the room. And then on the last mine cart, all they have to do is open the door and walk out. But they're like, we have to jump 3, 2, 1. And then they walk out. They like jump off and then walk out. It's so fucking odd. It was honestly looked like they were playing Don't Touch the Ground. Like third graders.
The floor is lava.
The floor is lava. Yeah. It was fucking crazy. So stuff spills everywhere. And the army says, we got to go to Atlanta and broadcast our message telling them the stuff is no good. Don't eat it. We're going to go to Atlanta and broadcast it from 1010 Techwood Drive. CNN's address.
Is it?
I don't know. It's Turner Broadcasting's for sure. Because that's WCW. WCW, send your complaints to 1010 Techwood Drive.
There you go.
If you want to watch some wrestling. Got some complaints about the wrestling on TV. Dude. This is the best scene in the movie. The best fucking scene in the movie. So they're like, we need to go to Atlanta. And it literally hard cuts to them running off a plane. And not just the general and Mo and the kid and the woman. The entire army has flown on one plane to get to Atlanta. And they're running out. And you just hear this taxi cab driver go, what is this, World War III? And then the general goes, just get us to 4th and Main and no more of your liberal remarks. Wow. What a fucking political commentary. Liberal remarks. He's like, what the fuck is happening? This guy's like, shut the fuck up. Fucking cuck. Snowflake. Chocolate Chip Charlie's back. Chocolate Chip Charlie's back. And Mo's like, hey, how'd you find us? And he doesn't answer the question. Charlie's like, hey, wouldn't you like to know? It's awesome. It's so fucking awesome. Like, clearly just made this fucking movie, man. Like, I don't know if there was a script, to be honest with you. There might have been bullet points.
There's a premise. Yeah. I think I agree.
Because it's so fucking crazy. It's so fucking crazy. Like, Chocolate Chip Charlie literally walks in. They're about to broadcast. They're having the hardest time of what to say for some reason. They're like, what do we say? Just say, don't eat the fucking stuff. It's so fucking weird. She's writing this huge script out. And then Chocolate Chip Charlie's like, hey. And he's like, also, I want you to put in there that they're putting me out of business. And I laughed so fucking hard. And then the woman's like, you're fucking right. You're right, Chocolate Chip Charlie. Thank God you showed up. She's being serious. Like, this is a serious thing. She's like, thank God. Thank God you're here, Charlie. We have to tell your story. Charlie's like, yeah, man, they're putting me out of fucking business. I was like, what is it? What is wrong? I was honestly at that point, I was like, wait, do I have the wrong impression of this stuff? Are we just mad at it for taking over the dessert industry? Are we not mad at it for killing people? We're just mad. It was fucking great.
I think that is what they were most mad at.
Yeah. I think everyone was really mad. Like, this girl is torn up. The broadcast is the most insane thing. She is not saying, this is an emergency. Don't eat the stuff. It's going to kill you. She's like, I sold you a bad bill of goods, guys.
Which goes along to the satire part.
Yeah.
I read that Larry Cohen was pissed that they were marketing this as a horror movie because it was meant to be a satirical comedy.
Really? I believe it then. I fucking believe it. Because it is kind of, you change the music in these and it's fucking Naked Gun.
What?
It's like the Naked Gun of, like,
how dare you?
They Live version of Naked Gun, right? Scary movie.
Okay.
But going with the They Live premise.
Yeah.
Type of thing. It is. It's there, man. And it's pretty fucking funny. Yeah. Like, as we've broken it down, I'm seeing it more clearly. That wasn't.
Maybe if I went into it seriously. Also, if like
knowing it's a comedy. And here's a question. The horror fans that tout this, which there's a lot of them. Like, I see it online all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Do you think they realize it's a fucking comedy? Or do you think they're like just programmed? Like, they're just like, it's good.
Well, I mean,
I'm just curious.
I don't know.
I see a lot of dumb horror fans. There's a lot of them, man. There's a fucking lot of them. Fucking lot of them. Matt Ryan gave the fucking New Strangers 4.5 stars. All right. I fucking love Matt Ryan though. Seriously, I'm sorry. I had to use that joke.
That's good.
Anyway, what the fuck are we? What are we talking about? So yeah, it's a comedy. I don't know where we were at with it, but the emergency broadcast, because she's just like she's apologized. She's just being like, man, I'm really sorry I made those commercials. I made you guys eat it. Yeah. She's like, that's it. That's all I got to say. It's literally all the broadcast is. By the way, for some reason, the general hates Charlie. General's like, what the fuck are you doing in my broadcast booth? But bad news. Charlie got by the stuff.
Yeah, and his death was disgusting.
It was fucking gross. It was fucking the most vile shit I've ever seen. His fucking face just tears apart, fucking crinkles up. It's fucking gross. Also, just like every other scene in the movie, like the casualties only happen because of terrible circumstance. Like the kid, as Charlie's turning, the kid walks in and is like, whoa, this isn't good. And then the stuff almost gets him. And then they start a fire. They burn the fucking stuff, which we didn't even talk about that motel scene for some reason.
Which one?
The motel scene where that guy attacks Mo.
Oh, yeah.
And they light him up. The pillow's made out of the stove.
Yes.
And jumps on Mo's face. And the woman lights his face on fire.
Yes.
Anyway, so they save the kid from the stuff. But old chocolate chip Charlie is...
He's gone.
He's gone. It's a shame. Well, the woman starts broadcasting the apology, and it cuts. And where's Mo? Somewhere else. They flew to this building, and he is back somehow
At the stuff company.
at the stuff owner's house.
Yeah.
Not from the fucking company. That's a house.
The
he
guy's
goes to
house. Yeah, Mr. Fletcher.
At the beginning. What the fuck is happening? What the fuck is happening? And Mo walks into this office.
He's basically like, I destroyed the mine of the stuff. And the guy's like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Because it comes from lots of places.
Yeah. And also the broadcast is telling people to cook the stuff. They're like, cook it. I'm not saying don't eat it. Cook it. Yeah. Just don't do anything, all right?
Right.
Bring it to a dispensary. We'll light it on fire. Jesus Christ. And then Mo pulls out a gun. It's like, you're going to eat this fucking stuff.
Wait, so isn't he's at this guy's house
And then another guy walks in.
And then another guy walks in to introduce another guy who's like the head of the ice cream moguls.
Yeah. Uh-huh. That's exactly what happened. And they're like, oh, what have we walked into?
Just three random people just thrown in your face.
Mo sits them down and makes them all start eating the stuff. Hard cut. There's a million cups everywhere. They've eaten 20 million gallons of this stuff. It's like the force feeding the donuts to Homer.
Yeah, and then he gives the immortal line, "Are you eating it, or is it eating you?"
And then also another really funny thing I just realized. I think the kid walks in and is like, "Let's go."
Yeah, no, he definitely does. Because they leave together.
Oh my God. And then they just, because the cops are coming. And they're like, well, the cops are here.
And they leave.
Yeah.
They don't give any statements. Just murdered these two men.
It's fucking weird. And then that's really the end of it. But we have a final scene.
There's a post-credit scene.
Where some zombie-looking motherfucker hops out of a car. He's selling this mob-looking motherfucker a box of goods. They pop it open. It's a case of the stuff.
Yeah. Black market.
A black market stuff. And the guy tries it and is like, yup. Of course the stuff still exists. They did nothing to stop the stuff from
The guy literally just said,
you can't.
I have lots of this. It comes from lots of places. You blew up one of them.
And also, millions of people are infected already.
Yeah.
And fun fact, every time one of them dies, stuff just goes everywhere.
Right.
Infecting more people.
Also, it moves.
moves
You
by
would have to
itself.
kill all of it. It's a sentient being.
And there are grocery stores full of it.
Full of it.
It was the least surprise. That guy should have been like, yeah, I know. You can buy it at this gas station right now.
Selling it for the black.
Black market anything when you could just go to the grocery store and buy cases of it. Oh,
But
shit.
you saw there was a post-credit scene, too.
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
Oh, it was just a woman in the bathroom who says, enough is never enough. And she's holding this stuff. A real Marvel-esque.
What a crossover.
Yeah.
Holy shit. That is the stuff, man.
Yeah.
That is the stuff.
You know what? 5 stars.
Stuff it up your butt. Yeah, 5 stars for me. Also. So that's the stuff. All right, let's quickly pick up these movies because I have got to go. I've got to go. House on Sorority Road. We did. Oh boy. We can do. Well, here's one. How about in honor of who's the guy that just died? The singer. You just posted about him. Killjoy.
Necrophagia?
Yeah.
We're going to do August Underground Mortem?
No.
Oh.
We'll do Killdozer.
Also, to honor him, we're not going to do anything involving him.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it.
We could.
That's good.
I'm excited to do Killdozer. And then hang on one second. Oh man, this dude asked for the stuff and TerraVision. Most of the people that submitted Patreon requests are getting like double and triple dip what they asked for.
There you go.
It's actually pretty cool. Like I honestly think almost
Pays to be a Patreon.
almost everyone has had something done, like within their list. All right, I'm pulling the hammer on this. I'm not even asking you. Sorry. Oh fuck! But now I really want to do rubber.
Sean, I won't do it. I'm not kidding. You can do a solo Sean show. So that movie's so fucking boring.
All right. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do. We'll do Killdozer, and we will do. Microwave Massacre.
Okay.
One of those has got to hit.
Sure. Both better than... Once you brought up Rubber, I won't complain about any movie you choose from now on.
All right, next 2 weeks, Microwave Massacre, which I do know is on Amazon Prime.
Yep.
Killdozer. Steal it.
They won't mind.
They won't. All right, that's the end, guys. Thank you so much for your support. We really appreciate it. We're on Vero. We're not going to go into a long promotion this time, but we are on Vero. Search Sean Miller and Joseph Vitello, and you'll find us on there. We're also on Instagram and Snapchat. I'm on I Hate Horror on both of those.
I'm at Boogadish 1985 and Horror Show Joe.
Great, man.
Yeah. Swell
deal.
So nice to be done so early.
Yeah,
usually
boy.
record till like midnight. It's 6 p.m.
It's 6 p.m. It's perfect. And that's it, guys. So thank you all so much for your support. We really do appreciate it. And for Joe, this is Sean. Stay weird.
Thank you.
Adios.
I dissect. Movies all fucking day.
Wanna play?
I'm gonna watch what I'm not supposed to watch.
Dismember.
A fucking zombie getting sliced and diced. A monster.
Mutilate. And butcher. That's it, guys.